Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Future Proof Your Retirement introduction to our next featured presenter. So, Mike Mulligan is here with us, and he's with Parkinson's Resources, and he's going to be our presenter for our January 17th webinar. We do free monthly webinars every month just to provide resources in the community. And for this coming month, we're going to be talking to Mike. So I wanted to ask you a few questions just to introduce our viewers to who you are. And let me just pull that up real quick. So Mike, can you tell me what industry that you're in?
Certainly. I work with Parkinson's Resources of Oregon. So we're a 501c3 nonprofit human services organization. We're based in Beaverton, Oregon, and serve all of Oregon and Southwest Washington, and have been doing so for over 40 years.
Wow.
I think really the focus of the group is empowering individuals with Parkinson's, their care partners, families, and friends, and managing the disease through education, through support groups, through advocating for a cure.
Oh man, I love that. I think that's such a really helpful resource to have in this community. Like you said, not just for the people who are, dealing with the day in and day out circumstances, but also the family members just to have resources to help them navigate as well. So, how did you get started in this industry?
I joined Parkinson's Resources of Oregon. Also, we go by the acronym PRO, about a year and a half ago. But I have been in the healthcare field for most of my professional career. Initially, I worked in direct patient care, starting out in cardiac and pulmonary rehabilitation as an exercise specialist, and have also worked as a physical therapist assistant and outpatient physical therapy. But my original degree was in health promotion management. And so that is something that I've also done a great deal of health education in a variety of settings. Before joining PRO, I was actually working for a company that provided outpatient physical, occupational, and speech therapy in senior living communities as a community liaison. So really got a good involvement in the senior living environment, understanding some of the challenges that can be faced, but really focused on being able to connect residents with services directly there in their community so that they could really focus on maintaining independence, which I think is everybody's goal, and being able to get those services to them where they could come directly to their apartments or be working with them right there in the community.
Oh, wow. I bet that was really helpful because you're right. Like a lot of our clients, they just want to maintain their independence. They don't want to have to change up their lifestyle too much. So having resources that come to them is a huge benefit. Sounds like you have a big heart for people who, need a little bit of teaching, a little education, a little guidance, and then want to be able to be empowered with that information and take it and practice it in their life. So yeah,
Exactly.
that sounds like our goal too. So I guess, what is your goal in being part of this resource group, the Future Proof team?
Well, I think really the goal in being able to do this presentation is to share information about our organization and what we're able to bring to somebody maybe newly diagnosed with Parkinson's, but also certainly their care partner and other family members. And when I look at our mission statement, the first word in it is empowering, as you said. And so I think that's really our goal, is being able to provide a very holistic experience for the clients that we are serving. We have support groups, including over 55 that are meeting throughout Oregon and Southwest Washington. Many of those are online, but we also have groups that meet in person and are able to also have a hybrid type of a setting for some of them. And the groups are general ones, but they're also ones that are specifically for the care partners or for individuals like maybe somebody that has Parkinson's but doesn't have a partner. We have a group specifically for them. We have a women's and Parkinson's group. We have a group for veterans and groups for the adult children of individuals with Parkinson's. So really try to serve a very broad spectrum of those people that are being touched with Parkinson's, and being able to provide that environment where they can share information, give support to one another, and really kind of develop that community. But also education is a huge part of it. And I think that's one of the things, is letting people know about the practical classes that we are offering in person, but also we do some that are online. And again, it's really focused on the practical of understanding what Parkinson's is, developing plans. What if that care partner suddenly was unavailable? Do you have a plan in place who would step in and take that role?
Oh,
So we also do ones that are focused for the professional caregivers that are in senior living communities. So really trying to have that spectrum of services and really trying to provide that with educational opportunities. Again, it comes back to helping empower people, helping people to be proactive in managing the diagnosis they have with Parkinson's and understanding the things that they can do, because really knowledge is power in
it
my
really
mind.
is. Yes.
And I think a couple of the other important things, just know that I think it's important sharing, is that we have a social worker that is with PRO that's able to provide short-term case management and counseling. So many times people have that diagnosis, and where do they go from that? So helping
Right.
them to adjust to the diagnosis, helping families to adjust to that, but also helping to address depression or anxiety issues that are perfectly natural to have to that diagnosis, but also it can be one of the symptoms with Parkinson's.
Huh.
So that is, I think, a great service for people to be aware of that we have. And I think that one of the final and big components is exercise. With Parkinson's, it's a progressive disease. There is not currently a cure for the disease, but the one thing that's been shown to help slow progression with Parkinson's is exercise. And so Parkinson's specific exercise is a big thing that we're advocating people to participate in. And so we have a variety of classes that we can connect people with to be able to be doing that.
Wow. Sounds like a wonderful resource. I'm super excited for our presentation to just kind of dive into each of those things a little bit more and really get people dialed into the resource, because you're right. It can be something where initially it could be a little bit daunting, but once you start getting the information and really tapping into the resources you guys have available, it can be really manageable.
Exactly. It's really trying to help people develop that toolbox, if you will, of knowing what are those resources that are out there. We're a non-medical organization, so we're not providing medical advice, but our goal is to be connecting people with those experts in their communities. And so we have lists as far as the neurologists or movement disorder specialists, so we're able to
Okay.
connect people with, as well as other professionals and other things that are going on in the community from that perspective, exercise or where the support groups are. All of that is available, and we're happy to help people.
Oh, thank you so much. Well, again, we're going to be doing a presentation on January 17th at 12:30. So it is a free lunch and learn webinar. You can come and listen to Mike talk about their organization and just really dive a little bit like deeper, like we talked about, into the resources that are available. And then, so our last question for this quick little intro, what is one thing that people don't usually know about you?
I'd say that I was born in Hawaii.
Oh, that's nice. Wow, that would be a pretty place to be born. So, do you get to go back there a lot or visit
I get to
family?
go, I've gone back occasionally. That's my parents moved back when I was 2.5, so I didn't have too many conscious memories of it, but it's always great to go back. And it's
Oh,
certainly,
awesome.
when I get off the plane, it feels a little bit like home.
Oh, that's really sweet. Well, I'm glad that you're here in Portland in this area so that we can get to know you better. We have a lot of referral partners who help seniors and other people in the community to navigate these options. So having you and, as part of our group and just a resource for our referral partner community is going to be amazing. So thank you so
Great.
much for volunteering your time for our lunch and learn, and we'll see you in a couple weeks.
That sounds great, Jackie. Thank you so much.
All right, thanks, Mike.
You bet.